Hello, this is Jeremy with Bobcat of Brunswick. I'm here today to show you how to install a WR long third function valve on a Bobcat tractor. I'm going to go through the steps really quick for an introduction, and then I'll piece together the individual pieces as we put them on. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to the actual function joystick here with all the hydraulic hookups for the loader. You're actually going to very simply take out these two bolts. This is where the mounting plate will go for the actual valve itself for the third function. Under here, this is your power beyond. It's marked with a piece of yellow tape, as you see right here, so that's your power beyond. And so we're just going to simply follow these directions here. It's 8 easy steps, very easy to follow. You're going to bring your lines down your arm, and they're going to come down here and they're going to mount this protection plate right here. You're going to pull these bolts out here, and then there's a plate that mounts here, and we'll show you all that later. So it's actually a very simple process to put on a third function valve. And again, I'm going to take you through the steps one by one after this introduction. So we'll be back with you. All right, step one was to remove the bolts on the cover plate up here. You're going to reuse those. You can mount your WR long valve to the inside or outside. We're going to do the inside. The bracket is designed to where you can use either or, inside or outside mount. We're going to put it on the inside to help protect it. What I did was I went ahead and disconnected the line that was from the stock connection, and I went ahead and connected it here to the T side, which is your tank side. Your power beyond side is over here, and that hose is going to link back up to where your power beyond was that you took off. So I went ahead and did that while it was loose. So I'm really not fighting a wrench on the inside here when I'm trying to tighten up these hydraulic fittings. All right, I'll be back with step two. Okay, step two was to literally mount this bracket here to the torque tube by removing these two bolts that protect the metal lines under here. So we removed those two bolts. We attached all this from WR long back to the torque tube and reattached it with the same two bolts, and you want your hydraulics to point towards the attachment. So now what we're going to do is we're going to route these up, get them cleaned up nice and neat along the arm here. And if I show you, if we come down here, they're going to connect really nicely right here on the top. Very easy to access, very easy to get to. I would like to point out one thing in step one that I did was on the power beyond tube, that was the factory one. I actually pulled it out of this mess here since I put it on the inside and rerouted it. Let's see if I can show you. I rerouted it right here to the outside, so it's a little easier to connect up to that fitting there, and I wasn't putting too much torque on that fitting. So we'll go on to step three. This has literally been, I'm a salesman, guys, and I've done this, I'm going on 25 minutes now. So in 25 minutes, I have the main components of the third function on this tractor. The third step is going to be to actually remove this knob, put on your switch knob that it came with, and run your 12-volt wiring, and of course your wiring for your controls on the end of the new knob here. So I'll come back with the last and final step, and then we'll give it a try. Okay, I'm back with the electrical connection part to the switch. One of these wires coming out the solenoid valves up here, one of them has 3 wires in it. It's going to be green, yellow, and blue. I've routed that behind here, just tucked it behind here. I come up the rubber boot out. We'll clean all this up with some of the cord wrap. We'll wrap all this to protect the wire. When it comes out the handle up here, you've got the switch here, top, power, close, and you're going to put these wires on in order of green, yellow, and blue. So we've got all of our wires here, And it's going to be green, yellow, and blue. Green to the top, yellow to the middle, blue to the bottom, and that'll be your operation for your functions that are all the way down here on the front of the tractor. Okay, the last and final step is there's one hot wire here. It's a single wire inside of this coating. What I did was I ran it behind, down through all your zip ties that are from the factory there on the lines coming up. I went over under the hood, back up, through the firewall. I did all this with the hood up. Through the firewall, I come back in up under here where the wires come through to the key switch. All right, on the back of the key switch, there's one wire that's a constant hot. That's going to be this wire here. That's a constant hot to the switch. The wire next to it is your other main feed wire that runs all your accessories after your switch is turned on. So we just did a saddle connection here, electrical connection. We saddled on to the one that's behind the switch. So once the switch is on, then this wire is hot. So that with the key switch on, I could actually go over here, press one of these buttons, and I could hear the click in the solenoids here. That way I knew I had it in the right hole there. I wanted it after the key switch, not before. That way we didn't have any kind of weird battery drainage issues. So when the switch is off, everything's off. All right, well, I'm going to put back together the dash here, and then we're going to straighten up all these hydraulic lines here and attach those to the rail, to the arm. That way everything's nice and clean, and hook a grapple up and test it out. Alright guys, that finishes up the installation of the WR long third function valve. Just want to kind of show you here, you've got the new handle here with the switch on both sides, the little wire that comes down into the valve itself, down the loader arm to the mount here, and that's pretty much it. Again, I'm just a sales specialist with some mechanical ability. Obviously, I would rate this about a overall 5-6 as far as difficulty. I feel like most anybody can do this, following the directions, or simply going through this video and kind of following those directions. Fairly simple install. I'm going to go out now and we're going to hook up a grapple. We're going to try it just to make sure everything works. Operate the grapple, open, close. If you got any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below. Don't forget to subscribe to my page. Hit that button and tap the bell, and that'll give you any kind of updates whenever I post a new video. Thanks everyone for watching, and y'all have a great day. Alright, we're all set. The WR long third function valve is now installed. I'm just going to do a final rundown of everything I did and kind of quickly show you here at the end of this video. So part of the valve, there's the valve box here. It's mounted to the top. It comes with a new switched knob here. So we have all that now hooked up. Very simple connections under here. Very easy to follow directions. And then the line will go down the arm. Down here, there's your connector bracket there where it connects at the bottom. Those point towards the grapple. And then we now have our grapple hooked up and fully functional.